Strange girl claims she's house sitting for a tenant, not sure what to do, New Jersey. I am not the original poster. Originally posted by you, Olivia L. Parker in 2015 in our Legal Advice. Strange girl claims she's house sitting for a tenant, not sure what to do, New Jersey. The 7th of August 2015. My husband and I are private landlords. One of our tenants, we'll call him James, left for a trip at the beginning of the summer and asked us to keep an eye on the house while he's gone. I drive past 23 times a day and stop in every couple days to get mail, water his plants and check on things. I have his original house key to get in, but I also know where he keeps a spare key. Today my husband went over to mow and water the lawn. He used the key to enter so he could play Xbox while the sprinkler went, with James's permission, and discovered another person in the house. He went back out and called me to ask if James had anyone staying there. I said no and came over to meet him. This time we knocked and the woman answered the door. I asked who she was. She said she was James's girlfriend and she was house sitting for the summer. We were immediately suspicious because we have been house sitting for 2 months and never seen this woman, even though I enter the house 23 times a week at least. And I've never seen anything indicating someone was living here. Also, James is backpacking out of the country with his boyfriend. While that doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't have a girlfriend, we know for a fact he's gay and in a committed relationship. So that makes this whole thing even more suspicious. She claimed James gave her a key. On our way out, hubby checked where James hides his spare key and it's missing when it was there on Wednesday. Because I used it when I forgot the regular key, she has no proof she even knows James. We asked her if she had any photos or texts on her phone from James proving their relationship and she claimed she doesn't have a cell phone. But a pink studded iPhone was sitting on the coffee table, and wasn't there on Wednesday. We can't get a hold of James to ask him what's up. It will be another 2 weeks before he calls to check in and he doesn't have reliable service. I left a message with his mom in case he calls her. And she said James has never mentioned a girlfriend to her. He's never had a girlfriend in his life and she's never heard of this girl. She thinks it could be an acquaintance looking for a free place to crash. She offered to sign anything. She has power of attorney for James to get her out if necessary. But she lives 3 hours away. On one hand, it's not our business who James is seeing or invites to the house. On the other, we have a really bad feeling this girl is here illegally and looking for a free place to live. Possibly even trying to steal stuff from the house. Right now the next door neighbor's son is outside discreetly watching the house to report if she tries to steal furniture or anything. But so far all she's done is gone swimming and sunbathed in the backyard. What should we do? Hubby wants to call the police and make her prove she has permission. But I'm worried we might be overstepping as landlords. But I also don't want to do nothing and see James get robbed. She claims she's been there for weeks and she might try to say she's a tenant. 2. What's the best way to handle this? Edit. The neighbor's son watching the house. He just texted, Ms. Parker. I have a really bad feeling she's a stalker. James told my mom that if a girl who looked like her came around to tell him BC she's a troublemaker. And mom said she thinks she might be a stalker and to call police if we saw her. So apparently James might have a stalker and this woman fits the description of the woman they were told to watch out for. Edit update. Editor's note. Update made same day. About 5 hours later. We have no idea what is going on. We met the police at the next door neighbor's house and explained the situation. They asked us a lot of questions about James. What we knew about the woman. Pretty much normal questions. Then the questions got unceasingly weird. Like, did the woman seem agitated or defensive? Did she appear to be pregnant? Did you see or hear an infant in the house? Did you see any baby items laying around? Did you notice anything unusual about her hair? Did she have any visible birthmarks or deformities? Did she speak with an unusual accent? Things that made no sense at all considering we thought this was a possible robbery. What is the purpose of these questions? The officers asked us to look at some photos and could we identify the woman. During this time other police officers arrived. There were 78 officers at this point, and 3 went over next door to talk to the woman while we stayed at the neighbor's house. She answered the door right away. We couldn't make out what they were saying, but she seemed totally relaxed and happy, not upset or scared. They talked for maybe 1,520 minutes. Then she stepped out on the porch and the officers arrested her pretty aggressively. They asked for permission to go through the house, which his mother gave by phone, and asked my husband to list any closets, storage or crawl spaces. They came back twice asking if there was an attic or a basement, and if we had done any recent work on the walls. We had, but they never explained why, or what they were looking for. They also located her blue Ford Fusion parked 3 houses down across the street, which they towed. They did recover the spare key on her person, but they instructed us to replace all of the locks on that key tonight. So we're getting ready to go to Home Depot right now while the neighbor's husband stays in the house. We're also going to look for security cameras. We did mention the possible stalking, but they didn't seem remotely interested in what the neighbor had to say about it. So we have no idea who this woman is, why she was really there, what the police were looking for, what the hell just happened, or what's going to happen next. One officer gave us a business card with his badge number and cell phone number, and wrote down S matter number on the back. So he said to expect a phone call in the next few days if they have any more questions. But they were very hush-hush about what was going on, and the only thing they would tell us is, it's an ongoing investigation and they can't release any information at this time. They won't even tell us if they think James or his boyfriend are involved. I am freaking the hell out right now. We tried contacting James and his boyfriend for the last few hours with no success. I left him a voicemail to call me back as soon as possible, but I didn't want to break the news by voicemail. Hopefully he calls me back soon. What happens next? What can we expect now? What happens if James was involved in this? I really don't think he is, but I don't know what to think right now. Tonight has been one big blur and I don't know what we should be doing right now. Reminder: I am not the original poster. Originally posted by you, Olivia L. Parker, in 2015 in our Legal Advice. I totally understand why this would be inconclusive. Likely Op was advised not to keep posting about it, but I am dying to know what happened. The very best part to me is her last exchange, which I paraphrase badly here. Oop, I haven't caught up with IMs from yesterday. Redditor, get ready for more. You're on the front page. Oop, of what? The newspaper? Quote, Sweet summer child posted no more. Quite the mystery we have here. Be a shame if someone never found out anything. You what the fuick. This is a good find. But damn, I hate cliffhangers. Also, how the hell are people comfy hiding keys outside of their house? This has always squicked the hell out of me. Shudder. The fact that cops would even get involved so willingly in something like this means they were looking for her. Cops love to say, that's a civil matter, to anything that seems the least bit like landlord-tenant. Cops also don't arrest someone calm in cuffs without a warrant or a heck of a lot of probable cause. They are more likely to interview, get a warrant, and come back, or put in cuffs if belligerent. Probably the initial call and description put them on notice of a known to them suspect with a warrant. This is one of the ones that has long been in my WTF happened file. The thing I'm the most curious about is whether the questions the police asked had any meaning. Were they looking for specific answers because they knew something? Or were they just trying to cover all bases in trying to figure out who this woman was and what she wanted? Why all the questions about a crawl space or hidden area? Because they thought she was a drug trafficker? A baby trafficker? All my appendages are crossed, hoping that Oop is a longtime Reddit lurker who might return to tell us what this was about. The pregnant, infant, and baby toys questions all seem very sensible if they were planning to raid the home. Some of the other questions, especially about crawl spaces and stuff, sounds like they're trying to determine hiding spaces for people. Not necessarily where this woman could hide from them, but maybe where they could hide potential human trafficking victims. Maybe this one just has me in a horror kind of mood. But the way it seems like this woman cheerfully lied to police until they decided to arrest her is extra creepy. Dude, that's IT? Nothing since. No updates. Never heard from Oop again? Way to leave it hanging. I'm totally invested now. WTAF is going on here? I'm guessing that the woman reported having a baby and they were hoping to find the baby stashed on the property. She may have been James's stalker and had a delusion that when he came home to find her and a baby, hopefully completely delusional and not an actual kidnapped baby, that he'd accept them as family. If she's been stalking him for a while, then I'll guess that she saw Oop take the spare key and let herself in afterwards. You know when you're really into a TV show, the season finale ends on a massive cliffhanger. Then the network decides to cancel it so you never get any closure about what happened. That's what this feels like. Assuming it's true, non-custodial parent kidnapped her child and was hiding out in a house she knew was empty. That was an unsatisfying ending. I'm worried for James. Oop seemed like pretty great landlords in a world full of bad ones. They were more concerned about their tenant and his property than the fact that a stranger had gotten into their rental and what damage she could have done. This is not a best update. This is a need a final update. Why would you post an 8-year-old story with no conclusion? Question mark exclamation mark question mark exclamation mark question mark exclamation mark. My emotions! Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark exclamation mark. I feel like I just watched a cancelled Netflix series without realizing it was cancelled. Oh damn it, I hate that this is marked as inconclusive and is from 8 years ago. I hate these posts where it's wild and just ends. What am I supposed to do with this? I hope everything and everyone is okay and James and his boyfriend are now husbands.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.